Hello, here's the news at this hour from Tstv. I'm Kende Duratilu. Here are some major headlines. Dawn set to build railway across Oyo, other southwest states. Minimum wage earners to be exempted from tax payment. TIGRAY leader rejects ultimatum to surrender. And FIFA bans CAF president AHMAD for 5 years. The news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari has announced that minimum wage earners to be exempted from tax payment. Announcing this on Monday, he said the plan is one of the proposals in the 2020 Finance Bill pending before the National Assembly. Buhari, in a speech delivered virtually on his behalf by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the opening of the 26th Nigerian Economic Summit Group Conference, said the measure would also help in stimulating the economy. According to a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Office of the Vice President, Mr. Laolu Akonde, Buhari said the tax exemption, alongside others in the bill, would ensure the resilience of the economy. Buhari also gave insights into the collaboration between the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the Nigerian Sovereign Wealth Investment Authority, NSIA, and other stakeholders in the creation of an infrastructure company fund to address some of the nation's critical infrastructure needs. Meanwhile, Inspector General of Police IGP Mohammed Adamu on Monday approved the promotion of 82,779 junior police officers to their next ranks. Force spokesman Frank Mba, the Deputy Commissioner of Police CDP, announced this in a statement in Abuja. The statement reads, the promotion of the officers, comprising 56,779 sergeants to inspector, 17,569 corporals to sergeants, and 8,431 constables to corporal, is part of the ongoing efforts at boosting the morale of personnel and repositioning the force for greater efficiency. Meanwhile, those promoted also include 86 junior officers negatively impacted by the EndSARS riots. 16 got special posthumous promotion, while 70 others injured during the violence arising from the EndSARS protests were equally specially promoted. The IGP, while congratulating the officers, charged them to see their promotion as a mark of additional responsibility and a call to rededicate them to their professional calling. The development agenda for Western Nigeria has announced that plans are underway to build railway to link 44 cities and towns in the 6 southwest states. The Director General of the Commission, Mr. Seye Oile, who revealed this while speaking with journalists in Ibadan, explained that the 1955 Railway Act, which allowed only the federal government to build railway, is an impediment to this vision. He, however, noted that the Dawn had started discussing with stakeholders, which he did not disclose when the project would begin, adding that it would be done in no distant future. Oile said the fact that the Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, happened despite the initial objections was enough to convince anybody that the railway project would also be built in the southwest. Oile also lauded the railway track being built by the federal government between Lagos and Ibadan, saying the project would further boost the economy of Oyo State and even neighboring states. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde on Monday presented the 2021 Appropriation Bill to members of the Oyo State House of Assembly, declaring that his government will remain bullish in its determination to develop the state. The governor added that his administration plans to increase the state's IGR to 1,224,207,213 naira 46 kobo in the year 2001, up from the current 25.6 billion naira. A statement by Mr. Taiwo Adisa, Chief Press Secretary to Governor Makinde, indicated that the governor stated these at the House of Assembly Complex Secretariat Agodi Ibadan, where he presented the 2021 budget proposal to members of the Assembly. The governor appreciated the members of the House of Assembly for their cooperation over the past months, saying the successes recorded so far were due to the continuous support of the government's fiscal policies, which had led to an impactful implementation of the roadmap for accelerated development of Oyo State. The news on T-Solid TV will be back right after this break. Welcome back, and now to some foreign stories. The leader of Ethiopia's TIGRAY region, where nearly 3 weeks of fighting has left hundreds of people dead, has rejected the Prime Minister's ultimatum to surrender by Wednesday. The TPLF leader, Debretsion Gebremichael, has denied his troops are on the point of defeat and told newsmen that his people were ready to die in order to defend their right to administer the region. Meanwhile, several towns have been captured by government troops in recent days. The UN has, however, called for more than 500,000 civilians in Tigray's capital, Mekelle, to be protected after the government said it was planning to surround the city with tanks and warned off artillery fire. The General Services Administration has acknowledged Democrat Joe Biden as the apparent winner of the presidential election on Monday, following weeks of inaction, and President Donald Trump called on his agencies to cooperate. The designation triggers a formal transition process, giving Biden and his team access to current agency officials, briefing books, and other government resources, including some $6 million in funding. It was earlier reported that most Western media had projected the Democrat candidate winner of the keenly contested election after Biden's triumphant victory in the Electoral College votes against incumbent Trump, who had refused to concede defeat while alleging fraud in the election. Monday's letter was sent after 9 Republican senators had called for the transition process to begin, and hours after Michigan's Board of State Canvassers had voted to certify the election's results, practically ensuring Biden's victory in the key battleground states. The UK Parliament has voted in favour of the government considering imposing sanctions on Nigerian officials involved in the alleged excessive use of force on peaceful protesters during last month's anti-police brutality demonstrations. The non-binding vote was as a result of a petition brought before the UK Parliament, which was signed by more than 220,000 people. The Nigerian authorities have continued to deny that security forces opened fire on peaceful protesters. However, the UK MPs said sanctions against Nigeria could hurt the population, while they repeatedly mentioned the alleged use of force by the military on protesters at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos. Meanwhile, without committing to the idea of imposing sanctions, the MPs said Britain would continue to press the Nigerian government to respect human rights. In sports, Confederation of African Football President AHMAD has been banned for 5 years by FIFA for breaching various code of ethics. The 60-year-old vice president of FIFA has been found to have breached codes relating to duty of loyalty, offering and accepting gifts, abuse of position, and misappropriation of funds. AHMAD has also been fined $200,000, which he has previously denied any wrongdoing. AHMAD, who announced his re-election bid last month ahead of March's elections, is also facing a separate ethics investigation by football's world governing body. This is said to now be in major doubt, as AHMAD, who was elected CAF president in 2017, would have to pass an eligibility test to resume his place on the FIFA Council. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace manager Roy Hodgson has revealed that Ivory Coast forward Wilfred Zaha is self-isolating after testing positive for COVID-19. Zaha was missing from the Palace squad for their Premier League match at Burnley on Monday as a result of the illness. Zaha's absence is a blow to Palace after his fine start to the season. The 28-year-old has scored 5 goals and provided 2 assists for Hodgson's team. He was due to make his 200th Premier League appearance in the Burnley match, but will be sidelined for the length of his quarantine. With that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. Dawn set to build railway across Oyo, other southwest states. Minimum wage earners to be exempted from tax payment. TIGRAY leader rejects ultimatum to surrender. And FIFA bans CAF president AHMAD for 5 years. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Hope Chijioke. I'm Kendi Duritilu. Good day, and thanks for watching.